Hello, I'm Andre Rosay. I'm the director of the Justice Center at the University of Alaska Anchorage, and I am here today with Diane Casto, who's the new executive director for the Alaska Council on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault.
Hi, and thank you, Andre. I'm really glad to be here with you today and really excited about the work that we're doing together. We believe very strongly that the more data we have, the more information we have, the better decisions we can make and the better we can pinpoint the work that we need to do. This project is funded by the Council on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault, and we're excited to be a partner in this.
Thanks. And today we're talking about elder abuse. Our Alaska Victimization Survey looked at the prevalence of both psychological and physical abuse against elders here in the state of Alaska. For physical abuse, we looked at how many women aged 60 and older had experienced intimate partner violence or sexual violence. And for psychological abuse, we looked at how many had experienced psychological aggression or coercive control. And unfortunately, the numbers are very high. We found that 11.5% of Alaskan women aged 60 or older had experienced psychological abuse or physical abuse or both in the past year. That's more than 1 out of every 9 Alaskan women aged 60 or older. Overall, we found that more than 7,000 Alaskan women aged 60 or older had experienced psychological abuse or physical abuse or both in the past year. We also found that the Alaska rates are significantly higher than the national rates, and this was particularly true for physical abuse. For physical abuse, the Alaska rate was almost 2.5 times as high as the national rate. So these numbers are clearly unacceptable. We have a significant amount of work to do. I should also emphasize that these numbers do not include financial exploitation, which we know is a serious problem for many elders in the state of Alaska.
You are so right. These numbers are unacceptable. 1 in 9 is not okay for any situation. And I think what is also disappointing is that we always rate so high and so much higher than the national rate. So, I think this is an opportunity for us to really pinpoint this population, which often is neglected. We do not think about those 60 and over as being psychologically and physically abused in this manner. So I think we have clearly not had an emphasis on it as much as we should, that the public doesn't see this as a problem as much as it is. And so having this data will now really help us direct the work we need to do, the outreach we need to do, the education that we need to continue doing, and have a more specific focus on this population. So we are really excited to have this data and to continue moving it forward and use it to make good decisions about our next steps.
Thank you, Diane. And I also want to thank the more than 10,000 women who participated in the Alaska Victimization Survey. Their voices really are a call to action for all of us. And if you'd like more information about the Alaska Victimization Survey, you can go to the Justice Center website where we have lots of information about the studies that we've conducted since 2010.
Thank you to the university for reaching out and doing this project. And now it's up to us to make sure these women have the safety they need, that they have the resources they need, and that we can help them do that. So if anyone needs services, if you know of someone who's being abused, please call our office. We can direct you to the right resources. We can get you the services you need. Also, reports can be made to the Adult Protective Services for the state of Alaska. So let's all work together to make sure that we begin reducing these numbers and end the abuse of this population.